Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here. Welcome back to my shop. So yeah, I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted a video, and apologize for that. But you guys know, life just gets in the way sometimes. I've done a couple projects in the shop, just stuff that's been on the need to do list that I've gotten checked off. I didn't bother filming it. One, you wouldn't even want to see because it involved wood. And the second one, I built a tailstock chuck, and there's plenty of videos out there, especially top-notch video. Check out Max Grant down in Swan Valley down in Australia. He did a really good series on building a tailstock chuck, so I didn't bother filming it. I just wanted to get it knocked out. And I did have one customer job come in. I was hoping to film it, but he decided he wanted to wait. So I wasn't going to inconvenience him and take twice as long just to video it. So that's the way it's been going. So it is what it is. Just got a simple project. Back around Christmas time, my wife was like, well, what would you like for Christmas? And I gave her a couple of suggestions, and one of them was getting some nice T-handled hex wrenches. So I've got imperial and metric, and I put them over here so they're handy. So at the lathe or the mill, and I can just grab which whenever I need. I don't have to go all the way across the shop over to my toolbox and pull one out that way. But what I did, I just took 2x4s, drilled some holes, and I got them plopped in here. So it works, but I got a machine shop, so why not? Let's make something nice and fancy, right? So that is the plan. That's what the video is going to be about. Let me grab the camera. We'll go out to my material storage building. Kind of got an idea. I think I can go the aluminum route. But let's see what we got, and let's get started. Well, I know the lighting is not going to be the greatest. Let's see if the camera will kind of focus. Got a little flashlight. So thinking about using a couple pieces of this aluminum right here. I got this bundle off of one of the machinist forums. Guy had a ton of these drops and was seeing if anybody's interested in buying them, if he would sell a bunch of them, basically as many as he could stuff in a flat rate box. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take some. So $100 for all that, so that's a deal. And if you remember, we used one of these to make a set of soft jaws for the Monarch. So I think these are long enough. Hang on. Let me go grab my tape. Because I can't remember how long the original. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'll work. We can use 2 of these. And my bucket of aluminum miscellaneous. Let's see. I don't know, let me dig around in there and see what I can find. You guys meet me back in the shop. Hang on, buddy, I'm coming. All right. He's like, I got this, Daddy. That ain't no problem. Right, buddy? Say hey to all the new subscribers. This is Mr. Chaos. So I am Daddy's favorite shop dog. I love to pester him when he's working. Go ahead and get the ends cleaned up, and we'll get them all to length. 3/4 inch 2 flute end mill. And we'll just clean up, let's say 20 thou, but probably all we need. A little lube. Yeah, it looks good. All right, swap it out and get the other ones done. Yeah. Oh, baby. Yeah, probably gotta get from the other side. You guys see that? So we're at 35 degrees. Maybe getting blown out. Let me try a different light. Get any better? Looking in the viewfinder. How about that? That's a little more subtle. So anyway, so I got the head set at 35 degrees. And let's see here. That might be pretty good right there. Well, we are all set up on my Abene mill. So this is a, I guess you'd call it a universal mill. It does horizontal and vertical. But what I want to do is, add a little fanciness to these holders. I'm going to do a bevel down each side. So got it all set up, got a test cut started. We're at the right depth. You saw me turn the head. I just got it at 35 degrees, which looked like a nice bevel, and it's going to leave us what I think was 700-800 thousandths in between to do all our holes down the line. So we'll cut this one and flip it over and then get the other one. I think it's rigid enough, as thick as this material is, and we're only doing about 3 or 4 inches until we get to where the vise is, so hopefully we're not going to have any chatter or any issues. If we do on this piece, then worst case, I can put jacks and toe clamps on the ends of these, but I think we'll be okay for what we're doing. Aluminum, and it's not such a deep depth of cut, so we'll give her a shot. Got it on the slowest feed rate to start off with to see how it behaves. We might be able to increase it a little bit, it looks like. But it's leaving a good surface finish, so that's good. We won't have to put any toe clamps on this thing and jacks. That's the first side done. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but real nice finish to that 2-foot cutter. I was thinking about using a insert face mill, but I didn't have one that would fit the aluminum inserts that I've got, so figured it would run it that way. And come on, nice. Alright, let me get this out, cleaned up a little bit, turned around, and we'll make the second pass on this side right here. see if I can do this handheld. So I've got all my drill bits laid out, you know, increasing in size, because I want the holes to be fairly snug. You know, I don't want a big hole and, you know, the wrench is just kind of leaning to the side. You know, I want it to kind of sit up fairly well. So just drilling a size larger than, you know, across the corners of the hex, the largest part. So we'll just step them like this, get you set over the mill, and we'll just drill some holes. All right, all set up. Let's drill some holes. Hope this won't be too boring for you guys. And go down an inch, so take a little while with the small drill bits. All right, one done. I'll bring you back periodically because you want to see me drill, what, 11 holes? Alright, they're all done. I'll get the other one knocked out off camera, and I'll bring you guys back for close to an assembly. We got to make the sides. Did a little test fit. That's what it looks like. Glad I did. I hold the camera, so I think these last four, these holes are a little bit tight. I guess I went not large enough on the next up drill bit of this size, so I had to go a little bit larger. So I'm glad I didn't take it out and then find out after the fact. Anyway, she looks good. Try to do this handheld, so this is kind of what I'm looking at. I'm trying to keep it simple. You just saw me cut these bar stock here, so this is my idea. I think what we'll do is we'll, you know, heavily radius the corners to make it look good. Probably just do it over there by hand on the belt sander, and then, you know, a couple bolts through there, thread these ends, and keep them from wanting to turn a little bit. I'm also contemplating whether just to run an end mill, you know, straight down here on the vertical piece of bar, and that way it will lock in these two stands right there. So I think that's the plan of attack. All set up. Got that 1 1/4 inch diameter 2-foot cutter. Looks like it's shop made. Somebody did it on a tool and cutter grinder. Going to see if we can take down 50 thousandths. Try a different angle. Since we're going in the opposite direction, it'd be in the way. Look at that. Sexy. All right. All right, I'm going to use a transfer punch here and try to get a nice center for the drill bit to start. Since the hole is oversized here. Doing 10/24 because that's what I got. Well, all right, there it is all together. Looks like it's going to sit pretty good, and obviously now these aren't going to twist. The camera's going to pick them up, but we got a nice tight fit in there. Matter of fact, I had to use the hammer to try to get them in there. So, and then recessing the holes there. I didn't want a black screw. I wanted something to blend in, so I just went with these pan heads. So this should work. Now, only things left to do, we need to radius these corners pretty good. Nice heavy radius. And put my maker's mark on here and then polish it up a little bit. And this will be done. I'll hold some T-handles. Over here at the press, see if I can get my maker's mark there. Hopefully I can kind of get it straight. Any luck? Get her centered up. Sorry for the shakiness, you guys are on the press, so best place for you. All right, one good squeeze. And we should be there. see, you guys see that? Or is it getting washed out? So it's got hilltop at the top, star in the middle, and it says machine there in the bottom. Maybe. Well, there it is, all wrapped up. One beefy T-handle rack. I don't know if it's going to be washed out or not. I don't know. Can you see the maker's mark now a little better? So, overall, pretty pleased with it. I mean, I tried to polish it up a little bit, but you know, the aluminum has got dents and dings, and you know, it's not perfect material, but it'll be perfect for what I need it for. It'll probably last my lifetime. And we get these T-handle wrenches back in here. Well, there it is, all loaded up. Looks good, nice and functional. Holes aren't too tight. So, all in all, pleased with it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit of milling action. Hope to get back on the jib crane build soon. Sorry if I left you guys hanging. I've done a little bit of work on it. Just don't have enough to make a full video yet. So hopefully in a week or two, maybe I can get part 2 out on the jib crane. And then also coming up, we got the Memorial Day weekend flea market. You guys like seeing that, so I will take the camera with us and you guys can see what kind of goodies me and my wife can score. So until the next video, you guys take care. I appreciate you watching, appreciate you subscribing. Welcome all my new subscribers to the channel. I try to do weekly content, but it's just been slow here and there. So if jobs come in, the pace will pick up. We'll just see. So bear with. And until next time, see ya. Bye.